Alright, this is like the 4th time that I've tried to make this video, and we're just gonna see if this works. Apparently I decided to do this when everybody's getting home from school. I just want to smoke this weed. But there's like kids all over the neighborhood. Hello everyone. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Basically, I wanted to talk about the time that I bought a one-way ticket to Portugal because I thought I was going to move there. Wow, there's so many planes going overhead right now. I don't even know if you guys can hear me or not. Alright, so, basically, this last year, like last summer, last July, I bought a one-way ticket to move to Portugal. And so I went to Portugal, kind of just like not knowing what was going to happen. I worked at a hostel while I was there, just for like a free place to stay. And then I also like traveled around to a bunch of other countries too while I was gone. And basically you're allowed to be in, or if you're like a United States citizen, you're allowed to be in Europe, or in like the Schengen, I don't know how you say it, but the Schengen area thing. You're allowed to be there for 90 days. And so I was like, I'll be there for at least 90 days and just kind of see what happens. And so, yeah, I thought I wanted to move to Portugal, but then I decided that while I was there, that Lisbon is too touristy for me to live in. And even though I love it there, and I will continue to go back there as a tourist, probably, I don't like how touristy it is for me to live there. So I don't want to live there anymore, really, at least not right now. And so I just decided I wanted to like travel to a bunch of places as much as possible and stuff. And so while I was gone, I went to Spain to see one of my favorite bands play. I went to Copenhagen to get a tattoo. I went to Brussels for a day just because I had a layover on the way back from Copenhagen, and it was like a day-long layover, so I just like hung out in Brussels for a day. And then where else did I go? And then and then I went to Israel. Basically, when I was in Portugal, the first month that I was there, everybody that I met coming in and out of the hostel everyone had come to Portugal for the Boom Festival. And basically, if you don't know what that is, it's just like a big music festival that they put on in Portugal. And so everybody had come to Portugal for that, and I had never heard of it, and so I did not go. But it sounded really, really fun. And I ended up meeting a bunch of people from Israel, and they had gone to the Boom Festival. And so basically I decided that like in 2 years I want to go to the Boom Festival. I guess now it's like a year and a half away, but they do the Boom Festival every 2 years. And so basically I'm gonna go the next time that they have one. And I decided, this is so choppy, I decided that I just want to like travel and go to festivals as much as possible, like from now until then. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, basically I ended up going to Israel too. I can't remember if I said that or not, but I ended up going to Israel. And so I don't know, it was just super fun. So halfway through filming that last one, my phone died or something, and so I'm gonna finish whatever I was saying in the last video that got cut off because I didn't even realize it until I went inside and half the video was cut off. So I'm back. Alright, so thankfully I still have some of this blunt left. So anyways, I think that I was talking about that I went to Israel. Sorry, I just got smoke in my eye and my eye's all watery now. But I went to Israel, and basically it was really crazy to me that I went there because I met these people and hung out with them for like 2 days, and then they were like, come to Israel, and I was like, all right. And so I went to Israel and like stayed with this person that I had met for literally 2 days and had an amazing time, and it was really great. So It worked out, thankfully. I went to a festival while I was there, and it was really weird. And yeah, and then after Israel I went to Amsterdam, and I went back to Portugal first for like 2 days and got a tattoo, and then I got like 2 tattoos, and then went back, and then went to Amsterdam, and then came home. So yeah, basically it was a super fun trip, and I just loved it. I didn't really like film anything, like YouTube style film anything for it during it, because I didn't know or think that I'd be doing YouTube with this, but I took a lot of Instagram stories, and so I figure I'll just do kind of like a montage of some Instagram stories so you guys can kind of see what it was like on the trip. And yeah, so yeah, if you are interested in watching that and seeing what my most recent travels were like, definitely just keep watching, I guess. Boarding the plane for Portugal. So my friend Kate came with me for the first month that I was traveling. Both of us just worked at a hostel in Portugal in like exchange for a free place to stay. And then the manager, who is also one of our friends, also had this really nice Airbnb, so he let us stay here for like the first 2 nights that we were there. And then after that, we pretty much just lived in this hostel for a month and worked there, and yeah.
We're going to get vegan pizza because I'm vegan. That's it.
There you have it. So about a couple weeks in, our friend Kaylee came to meet up with us in Portugal, and then after a couple days we all flew to Spain because I wanted to go see a concert there, and then also one of our friends was there studying, so we went to go and hang out with him for a while.
Oh, yay! So happy. I was like, what?
Yay!
Are you Spanish?
What? No. I'm American. Still.
I'm starstruck.
We checked out a bunch of cool, like, tourist attraction kind of things while we were in Barcelona. We checked out the Casa Bayo by Gaudí. We went to La Sagrada Familia because you literally cannot go to Barcelona without going to La Sagrada Familia. And where else did we go? Oh, we went to Sam's school. And then, yeah, hit up Park Güell, and yeah, just, checked out all the cool stuff there is to see there. I also got to see Naco in Medicine for the People while I was in Spain, and that was super cool because he is one of my favorite musicians.
I mean, a few years ago I would never have thought that I would come to Spain. I mean, what the hell? Who knows, burning candles still shading. Little feet over my palms so easy. Well, you the good house to visualize feeling. Yeah, you the good.
So other than that, we pretty much just kind of, explored Barcelona. We went to the beach and we ate some tapas, because again, you can't go to Spain and not have tapas. And yeah.
This is what I want.
That's nice.
This is my life now. It's like a tiny small machine. There's too many hills in this city, so they put literally escalators everywhere in the middle of the street because it's exhausting.
And of course, the last thing that I did while I was in Spain was hit up one of the private pot clubs. Private use is legal in Spain, so they have private clubs there. So after Spain, we went back to Portugal. Kaylee went back to the States, and Kate and I just kicked it in Lisbon for the rest of the month. Our friend Victor showed us this thing called Out Jazz, which is a fun music festival kind of thing that they put on every Sunday during the summers in Lisbon. And every Sunday it's at a different park, and it's just cool. There's free music, people just sit out, drink, smoke. hang out, whatever. I also made lots of friends, obviously, while I was traveling. One of them was learning how to become a tattoo artist, so I let him give me some tattoos while I was there. And yeah, I don't really have any great pictures of the finished product, but this is him giving me the tattoos. Towards the end of the month, my friend Devin came to visit me. Me and her, or her and I don't know what you say, but we traveled together before to China when we were in high school. So it was super fun to hang out with her in yet another country.
Devin! I'm at Portugal beaches!
Pretty much immediately after Devin got there, I had yet another tattoo appointment. So I went and did that. And then, unfortunately, the week that Devin was in Portugal, the hostel that Kate and I were working at was infested with bed bugs.
26. And 4 on my ass makes us all 30. That is my life.
So we decided to go stay at a different hostel just during the week that Devin was there, so that way she wouldn't have to deal with the bed bugs and we wouldn't have to deal with the bed bugs and nobody would have to deal with the bed bugs. But we ended up going to the Safe Stay hostel in Lisbon, and wow, it was amazing.
Very, very nice view of all of Lisbon, like so crazy. You can literally see like all the way over to like the water and the castle, and yeah, it's good. It's good.
So since we were staying at a different hostel, that meant Kate and I didn't really have to work for the week that Devin was there. So it was really nice because we were free to kind of go do fun things, like go check out this cool well, these like grotto things in Sintra. It's at this place called like Quinta de Rigliera or something. I am sure I'm saying it wrong, but it's definitely a cool place. I recommend going to check it out if you're ever in Lisbon.
Let's go to the castle for the sake of time, I guess.
Yeah. I love mashed.
I love mashed.
Love mashed.
Different kinds of ways to make potatoes.
More like fried potatoes. My mom makes this cheesy potato casserole. She calls them party potatoes.
What?
Oh my god!
That sounds like
It's
such
basically
an
like
mom thing.
And surprise, surprise, I got another tattoo. I'm pretty sure I got like 8 altogether during this trip, so. We also got to see one of the lunar eclipses while we were in Portugal, which was super sick because you weren't able to see it from the States, so got to see it in Portugal.
They're slippery. Oh my god.
We went out after dinner, and I just want to tell you guys, like, this is what it looks like literally every single night of the week in Portugal. Every single night they go out and party there. It is freaking nuts. And you can drink in the streets there, so everyone just like stands out in the streets and just like drinks and just like hangs out all night long. It's wild. Usually the best thing to do after a night out is go to the beach the next day and lay there and do nothing. So for Kate and Devin's last day in Portugal, we went to the beach and just kind of hung out and relaxed for the day and enjoyed it. We went to Out Jazz that evening for their last night, their last Out Jazz, and just hung out with some friends and listened to music, drank some ciders, all that good stuff. Then we got these traditional Portuguese ginginha shots on our way home and pretty much just called it a night because they had to get up really early the next morning to catch their flights. So this is them leaving at like 4 in the morning or something like that. I woke up to say bye to them and everything, and then promptly went back to bed. And because I didn't have to check out until like 10 o'clock that day or something, so I was like, I'm just gonna sleep until then. Hello guys! So today is my first day just being on my own here in Portugal. And yeah, Kate and Devin left at like 4 in the morning, as you probably saw. Kate is on her way back to the States, and then Devin is in Madrid for a day before she heads back to the States. So they're on their way, and I'm still here. So I'm currently at the second hostel, the one that we were staying at for this week. I've already checked out and everything, but I'm just kind of chilling here right now using the Wi-Fi to post these. But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling here, waiting for it to be late enough in the States to call my mom. And then after I do that, I'm gonna go back to the hostel that I'm working at and just kind of get situated there again. Hopefully figure out what my work schedule will be like now that Kate's not here anymore working. And yeah, I'm gonna go do laundry later, so nothing too crazy. So right after filming that video for my Instagram, I turned around and saw a bunch of people with this big purple bong. And basically these ended up being the people that I met from Israel. They're super cool, and I really enjoyed hanging out with them while they were in Portugal. We hung out for like 2 days, and I helped them smoke the rest of their weed and stuff like that, and then they left to go to Amsterdam. So I basically was just chilling in Portugal again for a couple weeks, just hanging out with friends, going to out jazz, going out at night, working, I don't know, just going to the beach, all kinds of different things. And yeah, just kind of was hanging out, living life, doing me. About halfway through August, I went on a solo trip to Copenhagen to get a tattoo mostly, and also to check out Copenhagen. And it's true what they say, there's a lot of bikes in Copenhagen. They also have really, 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 really good food in Copenhagen, so if you ever need somewhere to go, Copenhagen's pretty cool. This is a like porridge called grod, which I know I'm saying wrong, but it is probably my favorite food, so I have to go back to Copenhagen to get it someday. So a little fun fact about me is that my eyes leak literally uncontrollably all the time, and so while I was out walking around, this happened. So I'm gonna came back to the hostel to fix that, and then I'm gonna go get tattoos later. So I came to Copenhagen specifically to get a tattoo from this tattoo artist. She was living in Portugal when I was like planning to move there, but then like right before I actually moved there, she moved to Copenhagen. So I was like, well, guess I gotta go to Copenhagen. So I got my tattoo, and now it is raining outside, and I did not bring a jacket because it was not raining when I left earlier. So now I'm gonna go find a restaurant. I didn't know when I booked my flight, but I ended up being in Copenhagen during Pride Week, so I checked out the Pride Parade with this girl that I met in my hostel. Later that night, we went out and had some drinks and just kind of checked out the like Pride after Pride Parade party thing. And oh my gosh, you guys, the streets were even more packed than they are in Portugal. Like,
I'm sure it was because it was obviously like for Pride and everything, but wow. It was so crazy. There was just like people all over the streets. There was people sitting in windows. It was madness. Pure madness. One of my favorite parts of Copenhagen was Christiania, which is like this groovy little free town that has a street where people may or may not sell weed just like openly out and about. It's not necessarily illegal to sell weed or anything like that in Copenhagen, so basically it's supposed to be on the down low. You're not really supposed to take any pictures there or anything like that, so that's why my pictures are kind of not too detailed, I guess, of this place, but it's cool. Check it out. On my last day there, we got some really good food from this place called Snuglifee Cafe, and then basically just kind of like chilled my last day there. I went back to Copenhagen not Copenhagen, we went back to Christiania to finish up, whatever we had to finish up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Copenhagen's cool, you guys. You should definitely check it out. I had a one-day layover in Brussels, Belgium after I went to Copenhagen. So it was between when I was in Copenhagen and going back to Portugal, and I just hung out in Brussels for like a day. It's pretty cool. I went and just walked around the city. I ate a waffle, ate some chocolate, got a beer. I don't know, nothing super crazy. I just did Belgium stuff, the most Belgium stuff I could think of while I was there.
Don't worry about the things. Don't worry about the things, no, just everything gonna be alright.
So after Brussels, I went back to Portugal, and my friend Victor and I road tripped from Lisbon up to Porto, which is about like a 3 or 4 hour drive, I'd say. We just kind of explored the city, ate a bunch of food, smoked a bunch of weed, checked out some viewpoints and all that, as you do in Portugal. And yeah, just kind of chilled mostly while we were there. Just kind of a short weekend trip, honestly. Oh yeah, we also went to the wine cellars there, because it's Porto, and they got port wine, and there's like a million wine cellars there. So we went and checked one of them out at least, and sampled some wine, and after that we headed back to Lisbon. A couple weeks later, my dad came to visit me in Portugal, which was super fun. It was super fun getting to like show him around and just have him be there. It was super cool. Lisbon is super hilly, and so we took this tuk-tuk thing to Feira de Ladra, which is basically like a big like flea market type thing. They call it, or I guess it used to be called like it means the thieves market, because basically, I guess like back in the day, if you had something stolen from you, they would tell you, oh, go to Feira de Ladra the next day and you'll find whatever you had stolen from you there. So, went and checked that out. I took my dad out to see like the Lisbon nightlife, because it's just too crazy not to check out, and my dad is a big fan of nightlife, so had to show it to him and his girlfriend. Like I said, it was just super cool that he was able to come out and visit me while I was in Portugal, and I just had a super fun time the whole time he was there. A couple days after my dad left, I went to Israel to meet up with my friends that I had met from there. I ended up staying with my friend Hanan, who was super nice to
allow me to live with him for like the week or so that I was there. We went to the beach the first day and just kind of chilled and relaxed and all of that. And then that night we went to his family's house to celebrate the autumnal equinox, which was like a holiday for them. I didn't really film anything during it because we weren't supposed to use your phones really during it, and it was like a holiday thing, and so I just didn't really film. But this is breakfast from the day after. And then we kind of just like hung out and traveled around Israel for a couple days, just kind of like, I don't know, checked out the north and Naria and I don't know, a couple different areas. I think this is called like Rosh Hanukkah or something. Rosh Hanukkah, I think that's what it's called. But super beautiful, very nice views. And then, let's see, we went to meet up with another friend that I had met in Portugal. He lives on a farm, and he has all these dogs and stuff, so we went and played with his dogs. This one was named Mowgli. He's so cute. Just look at that little face. The next day, Hanan and his family took me to the Dead Sea, which was so cool. But first we went to, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. We went to this, like, I don't know, site. What is this called? Masada, that's what it is. Hanan's niece gave me a very, very detailed tour of the area, completely in Hebrew. So if anybody ever needs a really good tour guide out there, you hit me up. I got you. I got someone who knows the area super well. After Masada, we went to the Dead Sea, which is like right in the same area. And wow, you guys, the water is so warm, it's crazy, and it's so salty, you literally just float. It is the weirdest thing ever. But it's super cool, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you ever get a chance to go to the Dead Sea, take that chance, y'all. So after traveling around Israel for the past, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days or so, we kind of just had like a super lazy day. We just kind of hung out with our friend Lior and his dogs, and then we went and got some food from the store. Hanan made me some vegan food, and yeah, like I said, we just kind of chilled for the day because it's gonna be tiring traveling around Israel. The next day we just went back to the beach again and just relaxed more. We did a lot of relaxing on this trip. A lot of traveling and a lot of relaxing. So it's a great trip when you have lots of relaxing and lots of traveling. My last day that I was in Israel, we went to a festival called Neverland, and it was just like a one-night festival. I honestly did not film too much during it because I was on acid and also lots of weird things. It was just a very weird festival, so I just didn't really film a lot or like take any Instagrams or anything like that, but I don't know. I might make another video about this festival another time, so I guess, I don't know. We'll see. Keep an eye out for that. So when I went to go leave Israel,
Basically, we got like an hour into the flight. First off, my flight was delayed a bunch, and then we finally took off, got an hour into the flight, and then we had engine problems. When we were right over the Mediterranean Sea, they were like, we're having engine problems. So we had to turn around, go back to Israel. It was this whole mess, but eventually I made it back to Lisbon, safe and sound. I was there for like 2 days, I think. Had enough time to get another tattoo, and then went and just like smoked and hung out with Victor at a viewpoint, watched the sunset, and then after that I went and got another tattoo from my friend Johnny, who, if you remember, was the first person that gave me a tattoo when I got to Portugal. So yeah, then we just kind of chilled out on their little balcony area, and yeah. I went back to the hostel, and Cheshire made me like a feast basically for my last night. So I ate dinner with him and then went to bed, and the next day I headed to Amsterdam to, do Amsterdam stuff. Most of which consisted of me just, walking around Amsterdam, really stoned, and going to the coffee shops, trying out different weeds. That's pretty much all that I did in Amsterdam. I drank a lot of coffee while I was in Amsterdam too, because of all the coffee shops, so. But it was a good time. I made a bunch of friends, honestly, in my hostel that I was staying at. But I only really hung out with them at the hostel, and I don't know, we all just went and did our own thing during the day, and then just kind of like hung out and smoked at the end of the night. So yeah, pretty much I just did a lot of reflection while I was in Amsterdam. It's a good place to go at the end of a traveling trip, because you just go there, you get stoned, and you just reflect on everything that you just saw and all these crazy beautiful places that you just were. And that's basically it. This is I think my last night, or like, I don't know, it might have been like very early morning, my last morning in Amsterdam. And then after that, I headed back to good old Denver, Colorado to see my family and friends and make some more money so I could go travel more.
So that's basically what my last trip was like. It was, like I said, so much fun. I met so many new friends and just had so many fun, cool experiences that I like live for. Those kind of experiences. It's so much fun to travel. So yeah, basically I'm gonna keep traveling for the next like at least year and a half, like probably longer than that if we're gonna be honest, but I'm gonna travel as much as I can over the next year and a half-ish, next 2 years, and I'm gonna make YouTube videos about it. So if you guys wanna watch my YouTube videos about traveling and stuff, please subscribe to my channel and you can like my videos and leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to see in my travel videos, or like if you have any questions about traveling, just comment below and I'll go down there and I'll comment back, and we can talk about stuff and stuff. So yeah. That's really all I could think about. That's all I can think of to say. So yeah, again, oh, if you want, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is the same as my YouTube. It's just Snuglifee with 2 E's at the end. So you can follow me on there if you want. Like I said, I post Instagram stories a lot, so you can follow my day-to-day if you want. And yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, some fun times. And if you wanna be a part of it and experience some fun times with me, then let's do it. Other than that, I'm gonna go, and I hope you guys have a really good rest of your day. Much love to you, lots of good vibes, and I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Bye. This is so weird. I hate YouTube. This feels so weird. All right, bye.